The market grinds higher into resistance as we look for our pullback. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market pushed up into resistance on Friday, and while we were looking for a pullback, they were able to grind just a little bit higher. This doesn't change the fact that we are in a resistance area, and we are expecting a wave 2 pullback to set up the next leg higher. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so I get a lot of comments about trading Elliott Wave Theory and show me your data, and Elliott Wave Theory doesn't work, all these negative things. And I wanted to compile the data from when I started the room last January until this January, 1 year of data, and show you how we did. All of our trades are documented in the room. Anyone who joins the 7-day free trial can see all of these trades verified. So the market was down 17%. Our 401k strategy has us up almost 9%. Our swing trading strategy, which is our core strategy, is up 21.5%. And our day trading strategy is up 6.5%. So we were able to make great returns on our money while the general market was getting crushed. If you're interested in joining a room like this where we teach you how to do these types of things, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see on Friday, they tried to bring it down, but they just weren't ready yet. And then they took it back higher and grinded out just one more high here. And they could just push a little bit higher. They do have some room to do that. But ultimately, what we're looking for is a top out in wave 5, okay, and then a move down into our wave 2 support box. And so that count basically looks like this, where you have wave 1 up, wave 2 down, wave 3 up, 4 down, and now we're trying to complete 5 up here. And you would expect 5 to hit around the 40-35 level, which is the 618 extension of waves 1 through 3. So they can push it up a little higher than they did last week. They can take it up as high as 40-70, actually, the 764, before you have to kind of think that we might be in a breakout in a different kind of pattern. But the way they took it up, it does look like an extension of 3 here, and then a pullback and 4, and now we're looking for the top of 5. From there, we'd be looking for a corrective pattern, which means 3 waves, down into this wave 2 support box. This wave 2 support box is from about the 39.16 area down to about 38.50. They can take it a little lower than that, but generally we'd like to see it hold that 38.50 area. And then we'd look for the bounce in the start of wave 3 higher toward that 4,300 area that we've been talking about. So ultimately, we're in a resistance area. The 1 hour has negative divergence. We've been talking about that. It does look like we should be getting this pullback into wave 2, and that would be our primary count at this time. Now, there are 2 alternate counts. One is a more bullish count than that, and one is our bearish count. So let's go over the bearish count because that's the next most likely count in my opinion. Okay. And in that count, we're in an ABC lower where this wave A would move over to this high, and you'd have an A, B, and then a C down towards that 3630 area to complete that move down. So if they break wave 2 support, okay, which can go down to about as low as 38.15. If they break down through that, then we would be looking at a potential ABC down toward that 36.30 area or so to complete that move down. And then we would start to look for a bounce off of that higher. But I don't think this is going to be what plays out. The daily MACD is very bullish at this time. And so I do think we get a little bit of a reset on the hourly before our next leg higher. Our other alternate count is a more bullish count where we have broken out in the wave 3 already, and that would just have us where this is wave 1, this is wave 2, and we're trying to break out in wave 3 now. And again, that would take us over the 40-70 area before I would consider that count valid. And that count would only take us to about the 42 to 42.50 area unless wave 3 really extends in that. So I don't love that count, but that is a potential for us to look for here where we could break out more directly on the ES here. So unless they break over 40.70, I don't consider this count to be something that I'd really want to put a lot of stock in, especially with the hourly MACD the way it is. But it is something we do need to keep an eye on just in case. Over on the NASDAQ, fairly similar count to the ES. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're trying to complete 5 here between and they could have already completed 5. Let me be clear. They could have already completed 5 here as well as on the ES at that high here on the 11,635 area. but they can also push this up toward 11,700, 11,750 before we see the pullback. So we don't want to be too aggressive getting short until we see some confirmation signs of the pullback. But we would look for them to complete this wave 5 and then a 3-wave pullback down toward the 11,000 to 11,100 region for wave 2. And then we'd look for them to come back up to start wave 3 from there. Now, if they do break down below this 11,000 region, then we'd be looking at a move down towards 10,000 to make a new low on the NASDAQ and a 5-wave structure that would complete the C wave down off of the high. On the more bullish count, we would look for them to push over the 11,800 area more directly in this move up, okay, where you have kind of a 1, 2, and we're trying to break out in 3, where 2 is very short. But I don't love that count because 2 would be very short, and the MACD again needs a reset on the hourly. But the daily MACD is primed for a big move up. It's very bullish on both charts. So that's a big indicator that we're looking for a overall bigger run up. But a break through 11,800 would indicate that we are moving higher in that count. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there and make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also just launched our Elliott Wave for Beginners course, which is included in our memberships. You can see we have different videos on how we use Elliott Wave to break down the market and trade the market, and this is something you can learn included with your membership. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, my midday video where I go over which count we're in and exactly where we're at, as well as the Elliott Wave training courses. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you have to see to understand, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're in our general resistance area. We're looking for a pullback here into our wave 2 support box, again, from about 39.16 down to about 38.50. We would like to see it hold that 38.50 level. It can go a little lower than that, but generally in that 38.50 level, and then the start of wave 3. However, if they cannot hold wave 2 support, then it would look like we are in an ABC down towards the 3,600 region. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup. We're looking for them to complete wave 5 in this resistance level and get a wave 2 pullback toward that 11,100 to 11,000 area before starting a leg higher from there. However, if they can't hold support, we would be looking at around the 10,000 area on the NASDAQ. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.